broadcasting with a live studio audience tonight in New York City. By the way, we'll take questions. You in the audience get the last word tonight at the end of the show. Also, our Great American panel is back, and they'll have reaction to what has been a very, very busy, strange, bizarre, crazy news week. A lot of hypocrisy on display. And without a doubt, Democrats, the mob, the media, they are in quite a predicament. Now, tonight, they have spent the last several months breathlessly, hysterically, endlessly demanding that former President Donald J. Trump be indicted and thrown in jail over claims that he mishandled classified material. Now we have a major, major development. It's a little bit of a problem for those hypocrites. Their buddy, Joe, I don't know what day it is, Biden, has been caught red-handed, mishandling top-secret classified documents that he apparently stole from the Obama administration. Now, the sensitive material was recklessly stored at Biden's unsecured private office at the UPenn Biden Center, his home library, and even next to his special Corvette in what he called his locked garage, even though we have pictures of the garage wide open. And as you can see, that little circle in the New York Post today, it shows the papers just laying there. Now, breaking this week, the President of the United States is under an investigation. Are you happy? A special counsel has been appointed, but you don't need an extensive investigation to know that at least one sketchy, depraved, self-serving individual had easy access to almost all of those documents, and that would be the President's deeply troubled and frankly corrupt son, zero experience Hunter, who made millions with no experience. He lived at the Delaware mansion where the secret material was found. Now, he listed the home as his billing address for his credit cards and his Apple account. According to the New York Post, Hunter even claimed that he owned the property on a rental application. At the very same time, Hunter was in the throes of his crack cocaine addiction. Now, he frequently utilized the services of prostitutes, as we know from his laptop from Eastern Europe, and he had his hand in numerous foreign business schemes, you know, China, Russia, Kazakhstan, Ukraine, you name it, alongside multiple business partners who are now in prison. So, quick question. Does this seem like a safe environment for classified top-secret documents? I don't think so. Do you want somebody like that having access to America's secrets? Now, Hunter could not keep track of his own handgun. Remember, he lost it. And by the way, or his own laptop. He forgot he put it in a repair shop. But we're supposed to trust him around top secret material. Look, I'll be honest. He's 50 years old. We're not talking about a child here, but when he went on Good Morning America and was asked, do you have any experience with oil, gas, energy, or Ukraine? Nope. Why do you think they paid you all this money, Hunter? I don't know. He literally said that. Maybe because your father was the vice president in charge of Ukraine. Now maybe we know why Joe Biden, the quid pro quo, withheld a billion tax dollars until they fired the prosecutor investigating his son, being paid millions without that experience. Look, I wish I didn't have to talk about Hunter ever again. His life, his career, his investments, his money, his bills, his living arrangements are so intertwined with his father. As James Comer has said, and he is running the House Oversight Committee investigation into the Biden family syndicate, it is impossible to separate the pair. For example, Kathy Chung, Biden's executive assistant from his time as vice president, was reportedly hired after a recommendation from Hunter. And according to emails on Hunter's laptop, well, Chung frequently communicated with Hunter before and during her role as the VP's assistant. Now, she has since been questioned by law enforcement as part of the investigation into GarageGate. So how could Joe Biden be this irresponsible? Remember, that's what he said about Donald Trump. How? How did this happen? But make no mistake, this is a massive scandal. And frankly, some on the left looked a little bit shell-shocked. A few of them even floated a desperate conspiracy theory that the classified documents, they had to be planted by Republicans, maybe Donald Trump himself. Take a look.
But you know
somehow these documents appear.
To me, if you're missing classified information, I don't mean to laugh, but in my house, if stuff is missing, I know it's missing.
Does it feel like Oppo research to you? Does it feel like the Republicans are behind it?
I'm suspicious of the timing of it. I'm also aware of the fact that things can be planted on people.
I just happened to stumble upon these classified documents. I bet a Trump supporter put it there, any amount of money. All right, what you just heard is insane. It's pathetic. To his credit, Even Don Lemon at Fake News CNN sees the writing on the wall, and Chucky Schumer was not happy being asked about it. Take a look.
Senator, I have to say this. You seem much more measured about this than with the Trump documents, because you call for transparency with the Trump documents. You wanted lawmakers to have access to the documents seized from the former president, his residence in Florida, which it seems like you...
The bottom line is, I said that night, it's premature to comment on what should be done.
And
I stick by that. Yes, for President Trump. That's exactly right.
So you think that your statements are consistent for both?
I sure do.
All of a sudden, no more hysteria over classified documents from Chuck Schumer, because Democrats never really cared about the integrity of the classified material. For them, it was all a ploy to get Trump one more time. But this is not a game. Now, I don't know what will come from the special counsel investigation into Biden. Frankly, at this point, I think most Americans see we have a dual system of justice. I have very little faith in the DOJ that they will hold Joe Biden accountable. They're in his executive branch. I don't think they'll hold him accountable for anything. His home offices, by the way, and they've yet to be raided, even though they had no problem doing it with Donald Trump. And by the way, Donald Trump gave the FBI unfettered access to that room where the classified documents were. They were in there. They could have taken them with them. They didn't. They called and said, put a padlock on the door. They could have come back any day, any time, but they decided to go forward with a raid. Now, I guess that means the House investigations, the oversight investigation, Jim Jordan, Jim Comer, others are taking on a very high level of new importance. But that's not the only critical task that is facing the new majority. A looming debt ceiling showdown is about to take center stage. So let me be very clear to the House GOP. You better be ready to hold your ground. This will be a big test. The Senate already screwed over the country with $1.7 trillion, that omnibus bill. They should have passed a CR. They didn't. It allocates hundreds of millions of dollars for gender equity, $65 million for the preservation of salmon. I like salmon, but not that much. Nearly $500 million for border security in other countries. Even $3 million for bee-friendly highways, you know, bees, honeybees. And I can go on, but it's time for the House to force concessions from Democrats, bring our budget under control, stop robbing our children and grandchildren blind. And it can't come soon enough. Big banks, they are predicting a recession. The housing market is tanking. Inflation is still way up. According to CNBC, 96% of workers are now looking for a new job. We could be headed for real serious financial turmoil.